Yo, we are back in After Effects, and in today's video I'm gonna break down brand new video by Lyrical Lemonade and also Cole. It's called Bad Time by Lil Tecca and it's super dope, and some of the effects done in that video is really clean. I'll be going through 3 of these effects that you can see it on the screen. I guess it was done by Cole, all the effects and stuff, but I'm not that sure. I'll leave all the credits down below from the video so you can check it out. But anyways, this will be our first FX. It's like the video playing on the background in the containers. So this is how we create this. As you can see, to start off, I have this clip on my timeline from that video, of course. So firstly, as always, we'll start by rotoscoping. So just duplicate the clip and take your rotobrush tool and just simply rotoscope out your subject. If you don't know how to rotoscope, it's really simple. You just gotta like brush over your subject to select it, and if you made some mistake like this, you can just hit Alt in your keyboard and erase it. So do that first and I'll see you guys. So after you're done like your rotoscoping, make sure to freeze it, because I see a lot of people like not freezing their rotoscope. It can really create some trouble in the future, so make sure to freeze it first. So now if I go back to my composition panel and I hide my background layer, you can see our clip is rotoscoped out. That's exactly what we needed. So let's just turn on our background for now and start adding effects to get that look. So firstly, we're going to duplicate the background clip first and I will call it 1, and from the beginning go 7 frames forward. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and just trim that layer. And now in this, we're gonna max out a section. As you can see, there's like a lot of sections on the container, I guess. Firstly, we're gonna max out this row right here. So simply take your pen tool and just max out it. It's not that complicated at all, just like a simple max like this. And if I hide my background layer again, you can see it is like soloed out. That's exactly what we want. So now we'll start adding effects onto this. So to get the flickering time effect like they did in the video, we're gonna use a plugin called Sapphire, and from it we're gonna use Sapphire random edits like that. I also showed in my last breakdown video the usage of like the random edits. You can check that video out in the iCard, but this is also a really cool way to use it. If I just play it through now, you can see the time is flickering, and that's exactly what we want. So that's perfect right there. You can even add like a RSMB into it to give it some motion blur whenever it like flicks, something like that. So now it's like a repeated stuff. All you have to do is make a new duplication of your background, make it 7 frames long again, around 7 frames long. Is that 7 frames? Around 7 frames long, and max out another section from here like this. You can see a simple marks on it, and then you can just copy and paste these effects onto here, the random edits and also the RSMB, and even like play with the seeds if you want to get like different footages at the different time. So now we're gonna repeat this same stuff until all of our strips are done. And after you add all of those effects, you'll get something like this. This already looks cool. You can leave it right here, but I like to add some sauce in it, top it off. So here I'm gonna make an adjustment layer and add some grunge effects on top of it. To do that, I'll be using my grunge effect. I got an editing pack which allows you to add those crazy grainy grunge effects into your music video really easily, like the opinion looks and also like the Cole aesthetic. I think it works really well with it. Comes with over 60 plus assets ranging from presets to overlay as well. But anyways, here if I just open up my animation presets and go here, you can see my ultimate grunge bundle. You can just open both of these and add whatever you like. For me, I think for now I'm gonna go with the texture using dark footage. So to add the texture, I'm gonna add something like a ghost in here. I really love this one, but it's meant for 4K clips, so I'm just gonna like resize the anchor point into the middle and we'll be good to go. So you can see this adds a crazy texture that I really love, but the intensity is too much, so I'm gonna remove the warp portal and also distort chroma because we don't need it right now. And for the radial blur, I will lower down the radial blur as well and set the distort chroma to 0.1 or something like that. And now as you can see, after adjusting some little values, you can see it looks so cool. Really love this effect. Also, if you want to download the grunge FX, I'll link it in the description. It's total dope. I swear you won't regret it. But anyways, our first effect looks something like this. So let's move on to our second effect. So now our second effect will be this collage effect. It looks so clean with like those collage images from the music video. So as you can see, to start off, I have this simple clip which I'm gonna add the collage effect on. So firstly, let's just select a point where we are gonna add the freeze frame. So around this, around here, I'm just gonna split it and right click and freeze frame, like something like that. That looks pretty cool like there. And now we're gonna take bunch of freeze frame from our music video to add it on the collage effect. So for you it might be some footages, but for me it is the original music video. Where is it? Like the Bad Time music video. As you can see, I'll drag it into a new comp. You don't really have to do this. You can just take some snapshot from your music video if you are in Premiere Pro or like in After Effects, but I'm gonna go through and get some good frames out of here. So something like this with his eyes, this looks pretty cool. So I'm gonna go a few frames in and I'm gonna split this frame right here and turn it into a freeze frame. You can even label it a different color to remember it. So I'll go through more and see what we have in here. I guess this frame of Tecca is really cool. I'm gonna split it as well, the one frame, and set it as freeze frame. Also label this a different color. And now I want some frames of the car. So this looks pretty cool right here. So let's just split it as well, like around here. Let's just split it and you can just turn it into a freeze frame as well. So I'm gonna repeat this step a few times until I get all of the pics I want. So now after you take all of your frames, like select all of your frames, select all of those, and I'm just gonna copy these. This might be different for you, but I'm just gonna paste it right here and bring it into a comp. So now if I show through, you can see all of these freeze frame that I made last time. That step might be differing according to your music video. If you're making an edit, you can do something similar, but you're doing a music video from scratch. Maybe you have to go through all of the footage and find the best frames, or also you can take some pics on the shoot and just work with that. But firstly, I'm gonna line all of these clips so according to their look. So let's just take a look at these. This will be my second one, so I'll name it 2. This could be the third one, so I'll name it 3, and this the fourth one for sure, and the Tecca at the last one. Yes sir, 5. So now you can see I have it all renamed and stacked up in each other. But now firstly we're gonna start with the one. So firstly, all you have to do is take your pen tool and select out your subject. For a simple selection, you can use like a rotoscope, but it's a headache when you do rotoscope on a freeze frame. So I'll just like to select it out roughly, so something like this, like that. Now I'm gonna scale it down a bit and put it at one side, so it pops in from here, so at this side. And now we're gonna animate it. So hit P on the P keyword to bring up the position, and just hit the keyframe on it and put it 3 frames forward or 4 frames, and you can just slide it on the left at the start, and then just easy those keyframes, go into graph. I'm gonna go to series graph and make a graph like this, so we have a little bit of movement onto here. And also make sure to enable the motion blur of it, so something like that. That looks pretty fire right there. So now after our first frame comes in, I'm gonna bring up my another frame, which is the eye one. I will put it few frames behind it. I'm gonna line it up, all of these like this, so it's like a staircase. You can even put it before your first one and line it according to that, so something like that. But anyways, let's just hide my first layer, and now in here I'm gonna rotoscope this, like the face and the eye, so something like that. Max it out, and I'm gonna flip horizontal and lower down the size, maybe, and then put it at the side as well. Now if I enable my first layer, you can see it overlaps, which looks pretty cool in my opinion. I think the skin around it is too much, so let's just squeeze it a bit and just place it a bit on the side. I think I'm gonna play with the max a bit more. Yeah, that looks pretty cool right there. And for this as well, we're gonna do the same thing. So a keyframe, simple keyframe, and put it at the side at the first, something like that. Easy as those. Go into graph and make a similar graph on it. So now it is the same thing with this. You just gotta repeat the steps. So I'll speed run it again and see you guys. After you do like your cutouts and animate them, it will look something like this. But you can go into here and add some drop shadow on all of your things. So like drop shadow on top would look really good. So drop shadow, and you can just bring up the softness as much as you like. So you can add it on all of your cutouts. It just makes it like a bit realistic with like the shadows and stuff. Now we're gonna pre-comp all of it. So select all of your clips and just hit pre-comp. And we're gonna add a subtle shake onto here. To do that, you can use any type of plugin you like. You can use like Twix, you can use like Sapphire, but I'm gonna use my boy brand Exhaust 2. This plugin just dropped like a few days ago and it's really dope. It has those type of shakes that we want. It also has a constant shake and keyframe shake. So if you want to download this, I'll link it in the description. And if you use my code ASIM, you will get a 7 days free trial, which is really amazing. So you can just try it out. If you like it, you can continue the subscription, or if you don't, you can just cancel anytime. But anyways, I'm gonna go to constant shake, add like a shaky hand onto here just by hitting OK, and that's a pretty cool shake right there. I really love that one. But I'm gonna go to the scale and just hit the stopwatch in there, so it like scales in as it goes. So something like that. Yes sir, that looks amazing. And I'll go into frequency, make it to 6, and lower down the amplitude a bit. So these shakes are really dope. I really love it, especially when you are like a beginner, you don't have expensive plugins like Sapphire to start with. This is a really great shake. I think I'm gonna add a vertical shake which I made. It's called vertical ASIM shake. I'll link it in the description. If you want to try it, you can just load it up and try it out. But I think I'm gonna add it right here and just play with the keyframes and stuff to get it to my liking. Then I think I'm gonna turn on the flicker on it as well and bring up the flicker amplitude to 1 and just bring up the frequency to like 11, or yeah, 11 looks pretty dope right there. Yeah, it also comes with flickers, and you can also control like scales and rotation as well, which is really cool. I think I'm gonna add an adjustment layer before that as well and put it before all of my effects, and just copy all of these like presets from my GRUNGE FX on top of it. So something like that. Maybe I'm gonna remove the chromatic aberration. Also on this, I'm gonna add a posterized time, make it to 18 frames and see how it looks. Yeah, that looks pretty solid right there. Adds a bit of lagginess that we want. I think I'm gonna bring up the flicker amplitude to 2 just to get a bit of flicker, and just bring up the frequency as well. So finally, my second effect also looks something like this. I really love this one. This looks so cool, and all of the shakes really adds the impact. But now let's just move into our third effect. So now our third effect would be this hand transition that they done. It looks so cool with like those collage hands going on. So I'm gonna show you how to do this. So to do this effect, I have these 2 clips right here, but I also have like a JPEG. You can see this a simple image that I took from the music video to use it on it. You can use like the freeze frame like I did the last time, but I'm gonna use this image right here for it. So let's just drag it into here. For it, we'll start trimming it from the beginning. So let's just go like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 frames, or even like 8 frame, 1 more frame, and just trim it like that. So we have a specific area to work with, which is on the middle of both of those cuts, so it's perfect. Now we're gonna enable it and just max out as well like we did it last time. Firstly, I'm gonna max out his left hand. So like that, as you can see, I maxed out his hand. So it's fairly simple to our last effect. We just gonna bring up the position of this as well and animate it as well like we did it last time. And you can just easy those, go into graph and make a graph something like this. Now we're gonna make another duplication of it and remove the marks and remove the keyframes as well and max out another hand of Tecca. So let's just do that real quick and place it somewhere in this direction and slow it down after your marks is done, and just do the same thing with the position of it as well. So something like that, easy is those, and just go into graph and make a similar graph onto here, or maybe play with the timing of it. Now we're gonna duplicate our first hand as well. Put this a bit further around the end of the first hand and just select both of the keyframes. Make sure you are on one of those and just reposition it wherever you like. So something like that. Maybe you can even like go to transform and flip it horizontally. Also the rotation and stuff. Maybe I'm gonna play with the rotation of this one. Yeah, that looks pretty cool right there. I think I'm gonna make another duplication of my second hand, so of this hand, and place it before it as well, and do the same thing with it, bro. Like rotation and transform horizontal, go into the keyframes and did all like here, and you can just play with the duration of it. So something like that to start off is really cool. Now we're gonna add some solids and fill to blend it all together. So now we're gonna make a simple solid. Firstly, make it whatever color you like, because we're gonna add a fill or to change the color. Put it before your hands layer and make sure they are like 2 frames, the first solid, and just add like a fill on it, and you can just set it to whatever color you like. I'm gonna go with like a light blue, light yellow, I mean, because that's what they used on like the music video and it looks so cool. So something like this looks pretty fine to me. Then now go to rectangle tool and just cut like the half of it, something like that, and you can duplicate it, place it 1 frame forward and select those 2 point of the marks and put it a bit above so it goes like that, flickering. And one more time, duplicate it and put it where it transitions and delete the marks from it, so it like turns into a full fill, something like that. You can extend the last one. Now we're gonna add a blue fill to finish it all off. So now again, duplicate the fill and put it like 3 frames forward and set the color to a light blue this time, so like a light blue, something like this. Then you can start with the top now. So max out the top like this and make it like 2 frames as well, and go here and just select those points of the marks and set it to half and make it 1 frame, and I'll go like 2 frames. I think I'm gonna make it like 2 frames and just delete the marks from the duplication. Maybe in the first, let's just remove 1 frame so it like flickers in, and lastly duplicate the blue solid again and make a simple marks at the end like this, and that looks pretty cool to me. Yes sir, it doesn't exactly look like how he did, but it's close. You can even add like something like rotation expression onto the hands, so a simple wiggle expression in here with the frequency of 4 and the amount of let's just go with 6 with the amount 6 amount, and you can just copy this. That looks pretty cool right there. Let's just bring up the frequency more, I guess, to something like 7 in the frequency, maybe 11, because I want the frequency to go crazy. Nah, that's too much. Yeah, that's perfect right there. You can just copy these onto here as well, so like there. So another one in here, another one in here. So now to toss it all off, you can just add like a drop shadow and copy all of these onto others as well. And I think the scale of my hands are different, so I think I'm gonna scale up all of those. Scale this up as well, scale this up as well, so something like that, and this one as well. So now that's a pretty cool transition right there. But to sauce it all up and to finish it all, I'm gonna pre-comp it again and go few frames forward, before our transition begins, and I'm gonna hit delete like few frame forward so our transition ends. So around here, just split it again. Then you can just use a shake sauce to add the shake that we want. So again, I'm gonna go with the shaky hands and do the same thing with it, frequency and the master scale as well, and also turn on the flicker on it and set it to 2 and bring out the flicker to 11. So yeah, that looks pretty cool right there. And with that our final third effect is also done. So yeah, that's it for today's video, guys. If you like this video, please consider hitting the like button and also subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. We're dropping these type of content consistently on this channel, so I would really appreciate the support. And if you want to grab some and help me as a creator as well, you can check out my packs. It's really dope. And you can also join my Discord server. I got a lot of free sauce in there. So yeah, see you in next video. Peace.